Hello. It is now Sunday the 6th. It's 10 p.m. We're going to resume where we left off and hopefully finish this world quest. We spent about 2.5 hours so far. And hopefully there's only 2.5 hours left. If I don't finish it this stream, well, there's always tomorrow. I sincerely doubt that this is going to be a 7.5 hour quest, considering so many people told me that it's about 5 hours. So, if we do another part stream, I don't expect that one to be a longer one. So when I do eventually edit this, I'm going to try to basically edit it into one long cut, and then I'm going to chop that into either most likely 2 or 3 parts depending. My rule of thumb for YouTube editing for the VODs is I don't like it when they're shorter than an hour, but I don't like it when they're longer than 3 hours. So when I do edit stuff for stream onto my YouTube, that's what I shoot to do. The goal is almost always under 3 hours, because my editing software doesn't like it. I recently edited the Verissa story quest today, or I finished editing it today, and it ended up being in the ballpark of oh no, that's the one in the deliberation. Yeah, I finished editing Verissa's story, and that ended up, it was a 3 hour and 10-minute recording. It ended up being about 2:37 when I was done with it. So I'm going to have to upload that, and that'll hopefully be out by Monday. For the YouTube people, by the time you're watching this on YouTube, I will probably be streaming the 3.2 story of Honkai Star Rail by that point.
Yes! Yatta!
So now we just gotta do where once there was a calculation array. Oh. That's not good.
Stop right there! Transfixed! Dissipate! By royal decree...
I guess we gotta help the little robot. Where are you going, little buddy? This region's abyssal corrosion level. Oh, it's raining something. Are you gonna open the door for me? Okay, so it wanted me to touch it. What are these guys doing?
Overruled! Stand with me! Lightning terrified!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
You asked for it!
Why can't I get up to this? There we go. I can't see. The camera's not focused where I should be looking at it. Ah, it turned it on. Secret source beam cannon. This is the giant robot dinosaur. Man, that reload is near instantaneous. Oh, we're moving. We're moving. I didn't know this was a rail shooter. Oh, Chosen of Dragons, power blazing now, something or other. How fast can I fire this? The lava buff just lets me shoot for days. There we go. Just shoot. Just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. Like Dory keeps swimming. Oh, we flying now. Come on. Is that all of it? The health bar's gone. Awesome. Thanks to the beam cannon, the abyss is gone. Rar rar. There really does seem to be some sort of glowing thingy over there. Well, that was an easy side quest.
What greater pleasure is there
Free
than
stuff.
unexpected?
In search of the hidden heart. Okay. Well, that cleared the abyss thingy. We have the permit now. Can we get into the heart? Alright, buddy. Greetings. New data recovery category detected. Entries concerning the source mechanism energy cores have been updated. Phlogiston and main form of energy that powers the source mechanisms, albeit in condensed form that closely resembles light. Stable amounts of phlogiston units may be generated via controlled reaction known as data lost. Darn, I wish I had that information. Allowing for a more precise control over the energy release. The energy that the source mechanism requires is dependent on both size and complexity. The quantity of phlogiston units Secret Source Servant requires is data lost, while the larger Secret Source Dragon idols, in fact, require less, specifically 3 in number. Information is energy, and energy is information. The data carrier you retrieved counts a single phlogiston unit. So 1 phlogiston unit is 1 fireball. Yes, that is one way to look at it. You restored phlogiston unit that had been corrupted by the abyss. Only then could I extract anything from it. They can also be used to substitute energy sources for abyss-corroded source mechanisms. Do you have any other inquiries, or do you wish to mark out the next location where retrievable data can be stored? Let's access the data we remembered. Reading corresponding content. What records do you need to access? Reading secret source servants. No, we already had that. Alright. Alright, let's mark the new locations. Affirmative. It has been marked. Please clear the Abyss Corrupted Zone as soon as possible to retrieve the data stored there. From there, the database may be restored, preserved, maintains, the required content may be accessed. Do you have any further inquiries? No. Alright. Maru said that the Guardian Dragon's needs power, specifically 3 in number, they said, which means 3 need 3. A rule of threes again, Paimon. Where once force was reserved. So there was an array, and now there's a thingy. The rule of 3, but actually 4, because technically we did one of these zone clears in the other area before this.
I'll settle this. Odds reveal.
There we go. Oh, hi, Rollins. Thanks, Rollins. Good thing Rollins is here to dig up the secret source servants. Now, where's there a secret source servant heading?
An impressive bounty.
Paimon's a little worried. Maybe we should tag along and see. Rawr! Rollins, why are you digging into the block? Oh. Ah, the sacred daylight. That scared the sacred daylights out of Paimon. She thought she was gonna fall straight into the lava. The heck is this massive chunk of solid phlogiston? Whoa, even waterfalls can be turned solid? Ah, Paimon can't believe the Abyss influence made it all the way up here. Let's climb up and clean it up. How do we get up there, though? Oh, we use Rollins, of course. Cowards, they're tossing mud balls down from where we can't see them. There we go. That seemed easy enough. Oh, that's another thingy we gotta go up, I guess. Ow. Up we go. Well, that sucks. Goodbye, cruel world. Hot, hot. That's annoying. I need to start cooking some food at some point. I am almost out of revival items. Because I haven't stopped and, like, cooked food in this game in what feels like years. Speaking of food, nothing like some Haagen-Dazs and Belgian chocolate. Oh man, I wish I had some of that right now. Where's that chest? Oh, it's over here. I'm being blocked by those big purple mud balls again. Awesome! Bye-bye, blockade. How do we turn this one solid? Liquid position flowing upwards. Anyway, let's do this again. Find something that we can turn the waterfall solid. Secret Source Servant. And it's stranded. Add some ice cream to the next magic party? Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Thank you, Rollins. Ah, here we go. Now the circuit source can make it up the waterfall. Cool. It does have a lot of cool landscapes. And it just keeps updating, too. That being said, we don't get a new region update every version, it seems. I'm kind of excited for the Nodcry region we're going to be going to next. I was super excited for Snezhnaya, but a Snezhnayan sub-region I will settle for. Rawr. Yeah, the Saurians and the magic tech is interesting. Why is the camera locked in this god-awful position right now, though? Okay, just gotta detonate the TNT. We're still going up? For me, I'm a story guy, so I'm probably going to be playing this at least to like version 8.9 or something. Force was once reversed. I guess that goes... There goes all the Abyss. Back to square one. Alright, what did we get from the databank? Do you have any other inquiries? Let's see what data we recovered. Reading corresponding content. What records do you wish to access? Show me entries for humans and exceptional individuals thereof. Of course. Now reading. Please wait. I know not how long I have slept under the influence of shadow. Ah, my poor brother, when the understood that he keeps treating down his own kin as nothing more than insects, then those of them who share the same of the burning fire knowledge that he does will... Okay. Even now, despite having failed once already, he persists in pursuing his ludicrous plans. The aberration he cultivated did not succeed in taking the throne of the humankind, as he had so wished. My beloved son will one day rule over both races. He possesses a lifespan far longer than that of ordinary humans. The only downside is that achieving this may take a little longer than anticipated. Not to mention how this proves that humanity holds possibilities beyond what fate has ordained. But our enemies are not simple as he imagines. When will he awaken from his delusion? Though I must admit, if he were to achieve his aims and array his pieces on the board before me, that would make an intriguing game indeed. Show me, my poor brother, your ambition. How far will your path take you? Record playback complete. Well, was there one for the other one? Yep. Genshin is one of the most lore-dense games ever. Imagine if a Dark Souls game, you know, had books. Creating the Secret Source Servants. To test efficiency of complex structures on the phlogiston power unit, such that the Secret Source Servant can be manufactured for the purposes of record keeping. Intended to perform precise adjustment and control of phlogiston during the second stage of the plan and to provide insurance in case of contingencies. In the full-scale phlogistonization experiment becomes unstable, a physical system will be required to maintain quasi-phlogiston state. In this scenario, we will need to rely on all these small mechanisms to perform maintenance duties. To think my memory had been corroded to such an extent by the time the prototype could be constructed. I can no longer even recall how long it's been since the days when my people would unfurl their wings and soar freely above this land. I cannot even. I can't even recall the figure who should have stood beside my empty throne. Never mind. He shall one day return to this city. This I believe. Comments on Phlogiston Records, Part 1. Time of comment, blank, unknown. Comment. I can understand the need for secret source automatons to maintain the mechanisms, and as a backup plan for the second stage, but must they have been constructed in such a way? Other shapes would have been made more efficient, the use of the energy source. Moreover, my pitiable brother, lost to delusions, know that your descendants merely copying your prototype blindly, having no comprehension of its significance. Their ignorance is such as the secret source servants they create are even smaller than your prototypes, so as to not usurp the magnificence of your creation. Laughable, isn't it? How this non-uniformity creates unnecessary wastage in their assembly. Comments on Phlogiston Records Part 2. Time of comment unknown. Comment. Who would have imagined that these secret source servants, built merely to maintain mechanisms and unarmed to boot, would manage to survive the war? It appears that, in imitation of your ways, they left their own marks at the cores of the secret source servants they created. By this, I can tell these identical facsimiles apart, and know who created each one. I have given them names of their creators. For what purpose, one might ask? Remembrance, perhaps? If you could see now, brother, you would laugh at my foolishness. It seems that in this withered city whose life I run course, I too... Cuts off, huh? Comments on Phlogiston Records Part 3. Time of comment unknown. How peculiar. I am unable to change the name of your prototype. It seems that even I lack the relevant authority. It is hard to believe that you would leave something such as this for yourself. Perhaps it is because the abyssal corruption of the sacred city is so severe in this colossal metropolis constructed from phlogiston data, and structure exists as one. Yes, the city itself is built of data sectors made manifest. So if the sector containing the prototype's data has been corrupted, the name cannot be read, and therefore cannot be changed. I wonder, what name did you give this machine? Or have names themselves lost all meaning in this place? Perhaps you never gave it a name to begin with. Okay, so that's why we don't have a name for this guy. Alright, where's the next place? From there, the database may be restored, preserve, maintain content. Alright. Where once there were arms aplenty. Ooh, are we going to an armory?
Truth repeats its course.
Squall and Fury, you're dead!
By royal decree.
Behold!
Okay, that's not good.
Someone.
Alright, Noelle, top us off.
We'll see about that.
Holy crap.
Time to clean up. Oz, reveal thyself.
Cry louder!
Have fun with this gift. Steady as by royal decree. Shadow Raven, let night.
The wind rises.
Alright.
Unsightly insects.
Too late for regrets.
Oh, shoot.
Upon the gale.
Oz, reveal thyself. We'll see about that. I must leave no stone un...
Cry louder!
Dare to mess with me, years of the...
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
If only there was some way to smash all the mud balls. There we go. There we go, the abyss is dealt with. Questioning the heart of flame. Chosen of dragons, clear the path shrouded in the shade, the rift choked with filth, and thereby the path open to the heart of the sacred mountain. Hey, we're getting close to the end, it sounds like.
What
Maybe we
trinkets
can finally
lie
go to the
veiled
heart of the
within
sacred
this
mountain?
desolate plain?
Is that the final place where the abyss has been? Alright. Cleaned out almost all the abyss stuff. Guess it's time to head to the sacred mountain's entrance then. Alright, Paimon, whatever you say. Let's check the last little bit of data we got, though. Sacred source servants, individuals there's corrosion and physical conditions. Of course, now reading. All that once granted me form is fading. I can feel the power being twisted, diluted, to nourish, to form. Ah, something from beyond our shadowy bane. Time is running low. Before all things terminate, I must find a new path for my people. A path forever lit and free from the darkness of shadows. Even if no glorious end awaits. If I shall be swallowed by shadows, ravaged by flame, it matters not. But how can I forsake the future of my kin? End of the Road is literally the name. Where's this dragon idol I'm activating anyway? Oh, it's off the beaten path.
Behold!
Okay, so we're almost done. Literally, the mission is called The End of the Road.
Too slow.
And the abyssal corrosion seems to be extreme here. Could this be the Secret Source Dragon Idol? Secret Source Dragon Idol that stands here bears an ancient sign of the abyssal corrosion. Perhaps we should give it a permit and replacement energy. There we go. So this is the heart of the Sacred Mountain. It's kind of like a huge tear in the earth. It's a lot deeper than Paimon imagined. Something about it is giving Paimon a very bad feeling. We're just descending into light. It's like descending into darkness, but it hurts your eyes a little bit more. I kind of regret taking the bird form. It makes falling so much slower. End of the road. In search of the hidden heart. As the burning sun sears shadows, enter the huge space beneath the volcano. There doesn't look to be a lot of ground down there. Talk to Paimon. Paimon, you can talk to me at any moment. Trackable quest nearby is the burning sunseer shadows. Alright, Paimon. Who'd have thought there'd be such a huge space underneath this volcano? So this is the heart of the mountain, huh? And it's wall-to-wall abyss in here. Now that Paimon thinks about it, the abyss is covering the entrance. Is probably coming from here. Oh, chosen of dragons, the power of blazing fire now rests within you. Go forth and vanquish the great enemy cloaked in shadow. That's what this fuzzy strength Paimon feels all over. That's a later question. Let's use it to send the abyss packing right here and now. This place is trippy looking. Clear out the abyss.
Too slow. The wind rises. Upon the gale. Quick, follow.
As a dutiful maid would. By royal decree.
Squall and fury. Wretched vermin. The wind rises. Upon the gale.
Alright, power of the sun has been released. Let's just keep breaking these orbs. Can you go to the ground where I can hit you, please? Alright, let's just start shooting stuff. Alright, just gotta break all these orb thingies. Your walls cannot contain me. I will break you. Just ram through everything. Destroy the oozing cores before they can escape. If only I could, you know, fly in charge. What are we supposed to do about that? It's far, there's a path. Oh. They're making us a ramp. Alright, I have the power of 6 suns. Ooh. Chronicler of the Crumbling City. That's the World Quest gone. What now? A finale Emberforged. The current story seems to be related to your past adventure. Would you like to quickly go over and review those experiences? Sure. Between Pledge and Forgottens. Having obtained the talisman from Wahaklahun Ubla Khan, you opened a path to the ruins of the Sage of Stolen Flame together with your companion Rollins. Together with your Saurian friend, you each endured the test and overcame all dangers in the end, obtaining one of the 2 golden entreaties. Lost traveler in the Ashen Realm. In order to retrieve the legendary Jade of Return, you and your companion, Rollins, arrived in the ancient city of Ochkanatlan. Your adventures take you to the Tonatua together with the adventurer Bona, whom you met in the ruins. After driving off the wicked dragon that attacked and successfully boarding the ship, you gradually discovered the truth hidden behind the Jade of Return. Finally retrieved the important token needed to undo the blessing of the Flame Lord from the hands of Och Khan, as he lay upon the brink of death. Which means we're at the end. Offer up the golden entreaties. Fertile Ash Treasure Runner. Present the golden entreaties, chosen of dragons. It's Huitzapukli. Ignite the sacred flame to cleanse creation. It's happening. Omen of Annihilation and the final entreaty. Enter the light. No, don't go into the light. I can't help it. It's so beautiful. So once we're in there, we can activate the sacred flame to cure Rollins. In a way, he'll be able to grow up healthy, right? Alright. Thinking back on it, we sure have done tons of stuff on this journey, and cleared loads of trials created by that Sage of Stolen Flame guy. We even had a bust-up with Ochkon and that super famous tyrant. Well, he turned out to be Coco in the end, and it's not such a bad guy as we thought. And come to think of it, all that Sage of Stolen Flame stuff was kind of weird, but whatever. Let's get going. Step into the light and let the sacred flames of the mountain cleanse all. The next part of the story is tightly connected. For the best experience, it's recommended that you continue when you have ample time to complete it. We're at an hour in. I got 2 more hours of free time. Usually they only give me this segment if it's going to be like 45 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay where we can't go and leave. Whatever. Let's keep going. Yeah, not a moment to lose. Rah, rah. Don't you worry. Come on, let's go. Yet another area. Oh, we're just, like, in the middle of nowhere. We're not on the map. Yeah, there's something here. There's nothing here. How come? Chosen dragons, come forward and face your final test. Learn the truth and make your choice. Defeat the source dragon Mech. Wait. No one told us about all this. Well, they say that stories like this never end without fighting a dragon. Oh no, this is basically a redux of Simulanka. The primeval source dragon. The one talking was the sage Circle Flame guy? Yeah, but you know what? We came this far. Evil dragon, machine, dragon, doesn't matter. Oh, I have to play this, Fire Traveler. Ow. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, that's just cheating. All members have fallen. It just has a one-hit kill move? White floating den are locked up. Must open. Must open. I'm playing as Rollins. Can't open. Power. Can try that power. At this rate, the disordered power will devour your frail body utterly. The one who speaks coldly. Even so, you surprised me. I did not expect that you could use this power within your blood to such an extent without having received the proper guidance. It's him. It's Kukulkan. Come, accept the guidance of a true sacred flame. Let the power bear you up, rather than use your body to bear this power. Come forth. Long have I awaited you, chosen of dragons. Dragonborn who braved the flame and returned. As light floats around you, the rampaging power within your body seems to circulate, submitting some ever-shifting cycle. Your body seems to adapt to this change. It's just like the moment when you gained wisdom from the liquid phlogiston you immersed yourself in. Countless images flow to your mind, following the circulating power, almost as if they are being reassembled and read out to you. Come, I have something to show you. The speaker's voice seems immeasurably distant, and after that, both you and your body and consciousness fall into the white abyss. I don't know about you, but that looks more eggshell to me. Oh, we're big now! Open your eyes, descendant of the Flame Lord. I believe this is the second time I have formally met you in this form. Cough. Wait, my voice is... Oh shit, we can talk... Rollins can talk now. And my body too. You have briefly achieved the form of a mature dragon. After your power was channeled with the proper guidance, were that not the case, the savage strength would have warped your form. In an earlier eon, the phlogiston-rich soils that sustained Natlan were regarded by the heavenly Raver as a form of so-called holy soil, phenomenon that They cast sky nails down to destroy the land. Yeah, that tracks. That matches with the lore I understand so far. We dragons boast extreme adaptability and evolutionary capacity. But this was used against us. Countless dragonborn could only devolve as to survive in the present-day Natlan. But their bloodline has not changed. That which Shihadal could not admit, the mark on one's horn would prove. For in the beginning, it was through this horn that the Pyro Dragon Sovereign first transmitted flaming light and wisdom. So the removal of the blessing was a lie you made up. Only one of a mission. If not guided correctly, this disordered power would indeed kill most Saurians who bear the blessing. The only question became whether we could control the blessing's occurrence or not. The answer was that we had high chance of success. But you do not speak falsely, even so. I did intend to use a human to unseal the volcano, and use Jabalanque's oath to have a human bring back the other golden entreaty. Which is why I created the legend in the first place. And I would not name it an honorable tactic. Many are great humans who have died for this cause. Yeah, I'm still mad at you for killing Bona. But you will understand in time that I no longer had any choice. So the so-called Chosen of Dragons refers to both the Chosen Dragon and the Chosen Human who bring the dragon here. It's just that once you were brought here, the human's duty had already ended. None but you remain to tread the final path. Wait a minute, those words. They ring in my head. Why? Now you have mastered the way of Dragonborn speak. A distant thing, indeed, from the brute cries of Natlan's Saurian kind. And if you willed it, you could have any intelligent being understand your words. So cool, dragons are all telepathic. Got it. Indeed, the phlogiston within your body and the information and wisdom passed down from antiquity through the primal flame will also begin emerging. You're the Sage of Stolen Flame. So should I call you Kukulkan then? That was the first of my names, and also the one that bound me most tightly. Later, however, as my list of names grew, it grew to be insignificant. But Kukulkan was, forget it. Though all names will soon become meaningless, you may simply call me that for now. Strange. I feel like I've forgotten something very important. Confused? Well, it is quite normal to, after re-attained wisdom, be flooded by a sea of information. But if you'd like me to assuage your discomfort, allow me to change into a form you'll find more familiar. Rue? Yep, there he is, Manqu. Well, what do you think? Quite convenient, no? Should you desire it, our transformative arts will reveal themselves to you with but a thought. Though you will require the help of some little souls, too. So yeah, basically, if you've been following the lore and reading, like, the books, we learned that Manqu existed hundreds of years ago, so he probably isn't a real person. And then, what was it? Titu as well. I'm fine. I'm happy the way I am. Fair enough. Forgive me for being presumptuous. That is how the story began, no? In that case, let us start this way, too. Anyway, come with me. So Manqu was Kukulkan the whole time. This is the true heart of the Sacred Mountain, the place where my great brother Hisut lived. In the beginning, the first Pyro Dragon Sovereign birthed the Primal Flame. Stop talking so fast, I need to read that. The tales of the Dragonborn that offshoot part of a great soul. And that was you? Indeed. The Reaver from beyond the skies once froze Shahadal in lava, causing him to fall into a false death. But when the Dragon King Nibelung descended from beyond the circles of the world, he was called forth by the abyss and awoke from his long dream. The Reaver annihilated the great Black-Winged Lord at great cost. Black-Winged Lord. Oh, the Reaver. Say, Nibelung is the Black Dragon, I guess. And the Reaver, I guess, is the Sustainer, or the Heavenly Principles, or the Primordial One, whoever it was. At that moment, our fiery sovereign, who had been steeped in the abyss, regained a brief tragic clarity. As he saw it then, this realm, once ruled by wisdom, blazing light, now lay shattered. A land once suffused by primal flame was now corroded by a dark foe. Cankered and coveted head to toe in sores. Having himself become a breeding ground for darkness, his periods of clarity ever shortening, he knew not when he would become lost to his senselessness, twisted nothingness. In truth, his final days, he may as well have restarted his false death, for all the difference it made. All the while, his entire race had become a gaggle of squawking fools. Now that you possess true wisdom, I have little doubt that you too understand how it feels to be a changed being. And so Shihadal used the last of the time and wisdom left to him to transform the Dragon City once more and created Tissamina. And finally, Huatzpacatli. What is Huatzpacatli? The Natlan Phlogistonization Array. That is to say, a device that can transform all Natlan into a land of only phlogiston. Or only of matter comprised of phlogiston. Phlogiston is an atom upon which information may be transcribed, and is itself a form of computronium, an element that can be used to imitate the essence of any and all things. Through the weaving of language, iridescent inscriptions. This is why phlogiston can take on different forms and even switch between them. This is also why you can see phantoms of the repair mechanisms in the Chamber of Deliberation. Huatzpacatli will burn everything, and all that information will be logged and replicated by the ocean of phlogiston units, turning all Natlan into a realm composed solely of primal flame. Cool, we're advancing society to pure energy. Got it. When that happens, the moment the abyss approaches, the astral assemblages created by the primal flame will automatically attach to them, using mutual annihilation reactions to co-sign our shadowy foe to oblivion. So we're going to turn all of existence into a fireball, and that'll kill the abyss? This doesn't sound like it has a long-term strategy. The abyss shall never again be allowed to even gaze upon this realm. But all the lives in Natlan, they will die by Huatzpacatli's hand, or they can forsake their bodies and become pure phlogiston-based life forms. There shall neither be ley lines nor substantive bodies. We shall own everything, yet never again own anything. We shall be beholden neither to birth nor death. Perhaps even life's meaning shall become null and void to us. At that time, those dragons who have discarded their bodies and become phlogiston life forms shall become the rulers of the new world. That is terrifying. So I thought too, when this plan was first revealed to me. At the time, I believed that that this should come to pass, all life would simply become flickering illusory shadows cast by a titanic torch. Having lost our bodies, we would be bereft of any possibility to continue evolving. But no Dragonborn who serves Chronicle could refuse his orders. So I sought another path. Perhaps I should don another guise for this bit. Bona! You fucker, you killed her. Well, what do you think? Quite fascinating, no? Things such as this are easily possible through proper phlogiston manipulation via iridescent inscriptions. I kinda want to puke. What an interesting response. Alright now, let's head to Tonatua to search for that now non-existent Jade of Return, shall we? Speak to the one who names themselves Kukulkan. And these are? As I'm sure you've guessed, these are my kin. Foolishly following the decree of a long-dead king. Mere maintenance of their state, the sacred city. Ah, Tonatua. Now that is a fine name. Before the false sky enveloped the world, the city that lay beneath it could have rivaled Tolan itself. In those days, while in search of light in the pitch-dark outer realms, we set up a stairway. No, it might be more correct to call it a cable to reach beyond our skies. And before Ochkan spun it around, we had been preparing to leave beyond our orbit and use it to tighten the sky cable and anchor the ladder's trajectory. Later, it was modified to become the Tonatua. It was originally intended to have hung higher in the sky, and then my beloved son, Ochkan, hid a golden entreaty there. I once thought that through him I could discover how the one seated upon heaven's throne converted the ley lines into a girdle that defends the planet. I believed that once I understood the secrets of its operation, then I could use this method to merge the human and dragon races, allowing dragonkind to use the subtler mean to resist our great foe, the Abyss. And perhaps even allow the Dragonborn the right to once more glimpse the truth beyond the skies. But you failed. Indeed, compared to the dragons, whose souls are more powerful and more uniform, the individual variation among human souls is far too great. And most of them are too fragile anyway. Yeah, you say, guising the face of someone you killed. Ochkan, his spirit, was like broken glass. He flew too close to the sun, that he could become one with it. And close he got indeed, only to lose his shape as a result. He was so alike to my old self, and just as disappointing. Just like humanity itself, perhaps I came into contact with them because I too once shared their frailties, and harbored fantasies of overcoming the strong, even in my own weakness. And such a fantasy came true once, when Xbalanque seized upon Xuladl's weak point and slew him. A weak point, you say? Xuladl was the master of the First Flame, the wielder of all light, heat, and wisdom. He controlled the primal flame, and could even plunge his entire body into it. By all rights, at that time, there was no way he could have been harmed. If he had not modified one of his pupils to serve as the control hub for Quetzalcoatl, that is. Because he had to monitor and anchor reality using his eye, it became his sole weakness. That is how Xbalanque was able to take him down alongside himself. Wait, they died together? Yes, Xbalanque was undoubtedly slain at that time. But he was reborn then, and thus became the so-called God of Fire, the Pyro Archon. Perhaps he paid a price for his death delayed, or perhaps this was part of the deal he had made with a certain entity all along. Whatever the case, he knew that Huitzpacatli. He knew what Huitzpacatli was, and naturally my alliance with him through Ochkan was meant to prevent its activation. Enter then the Golden Entreaties, the control hub that would be used to reactivate this place, split in two between us for safekeeping. At least we're getting a whole history lesson here. Alright, is he gonna don a new face? This is the tower that allows Huitzpacatli to cover all of Natlan and anchor its areas of coverage. Most of them were destroyed at Ochkan's orders, but their fragments served the same purpose anyway. They never imagined that the carrier medium was something far smaller and more delicate, to the point that even a single stone could obtain iridescent inscriptions. Had they found out my plans now, would have been rendered impossible. On the Tanatua, a place where I stored the Golden Entreaty alongside this place, I once believed that humanity could create a civilization still more glorious. After Jabalanque's apotheosis, I even thought that they might avoid the dead end that we walked into. So I decided to give them more time. But too many years have gone by. None amongst the tribes have even dared, not since Ochkan, to establish a united empire. Until today, they lean on the authority of the so-called Archon like a crutch. They were unable to forge weapons for themselves to wield, such that their world might be defended from an all-corrupting dark. Their way of fighting against the Great Shadow still lies in the stale stories of heroic valor, passed from generation to generation. So consumed they are with the past that they dare not risk it all. Each time our foe strikes from the shadows, the slowly accumulated fruits of civilization are destroyed, all in an instant. And afterward, there is only the eternal cycle, or worse, inexorable de-evolution. The time I granted as grace has lost all meaning as a result. Perhaps if I gave a few thousand years more, perhaps tens of thousands, they will create that glorious shining epoch. But my faith has run out. And waiting has become a luxury, whether it be for me or this once sealed sacred city. Come, the story is almost at its end. Let me witness your choice. Mine? Yes, chosen of dragons. I would hear your answer. Oh, we still gotta go to such a long distance. Oh, thank goodness I can't walk off this bridge. Go to Huitzpacatli's location. A device that can burn the world away and turn it into pure energy. That definitely sounds dangerous. Let's walk towards it. Behold, Huitzpacatli and its activation array. Bring it to life. This way our shadowy enemy may never again gain a foothold upon this place. And afterward, via the gradual expansion of the Primal Flame's power, just like when a complete bubble is blown within the leaking husk of an old one. Perhaps the entire world shall become free from the abyssal poison. But the authority over Primal Flame, when Natlan is fully phlogistonized, the very concept of life will be rewritten. That authority will be the return, naturally. Only draconic phlogiston life forms may wield this authority. As such, you can become the shaper of this new world. You can also become the Pyro Dragon Sovereign renewed. No, I suspect that any rulership would be something entirely new, surpassing our traditional conceptions. Then you shall reclaim all light, all heat, all wisdom, bringing all order and great glory back to this realm, even to this world. Even if doing so means the end of evolution. Who knows? Perhaps it will instead prove the beginning of new evolutionary cycle. Stopping on the path leading onward can be another form of bravery, especially when the alternative is infinite regression. Now then, choose. Activate Huitzpicatli. Draw near and then feel. Oh, it's all the places we visited. Our journey together. Now choose. Activate Huitzpicatli. No, wait, Dan. Oh my, and here I thought you wouldn't be able to remember them. Never mind how your mind has at least 1,000 years worth of memories within it. I also intended for you to make your decision while having forgotten them. Dan was never meant to have existed here. Though, of course, it was precisely due to his aid that you were able to reach this place. He is, however, rather special. It may be that the phlogistonization of Natlan will not affect him. It may be? No one knows what will happen once it's activated. Perhaps there shall be no difference between you and me. Perhaps we shall both be destroyed. Perhaps he and that little emissary by his side will live. Perhaps they will not. Emissary. Add that to the list of things Paimon has been called. Huh. Enough of that. Time is short. We do not have much excess energy left to also maintain those of our kind who have already become phlogiston life forms. If we do not obtain the authority over the primal flame in time, all shall soon perish. And once the moment comes, the choice itself will be lost to us. Quickly, choose, O chosen of dragons. This is an omen of new life, and also the final entreaty. Entering trigger sequence. 3 rounds of confirmations will be required. Either activate or deactivate the sweeping skyfire. The sunquake. First confirmation. Are you certain that you wish to activate Huitzpicatli? No! Cancel activation. Do we do it just for the memes? Is it actually going to give us a choice? Fuck it. It's always been my dream to evolve to a state of being a pure energy. Sure. Sweeping Skyfire Generator is on approach. Supplying energy. Calibration initiated. Second confirmation. Are you certain that you wish to activate Huitzpicatli? Oh, that thing's starting to look kind of dangerous up there. Confirm activation. Sweeping Skyfire Generator is continuing its approach. Phlogiston flow strength increased. Accelerating. It's not gonna work, right? There's no way something that this small, that has 2 suns that are compressing against each other is gonna do anything. Third confirmation. Are you certain you wish to activate Huitzpicatli? Hang on, was there more text there? Phlogiston flow strength increased. Accelerating. High ambient heat detected. Sure. Third confirmation complete. Oh, it's starting to pixelate. So this is your choice then. Ah, yes. This too is fine. Perhaps I should have made the same choice as you all those years ago. Even though... Ah, how regrettable. Sweeping Skyfire Generator. At closest possible proximity. Collision. Gather. Final. Complete. Destroyed and welcome. The moment of rebirth! Before you stretches a world of pure white. None can know what light means in this realm, for it permeates every corner. What is light without shadow? Nor does time retain any meaning. 10 million years pass in what seems but a moment. It, or something that once was it, is the sole remaining consciousness. This is a world the shadow can never again threaten. But is it a world with any meaning? It knows that the primal flame is not inexhaustible, though it shall burn for billions of years in this dark cosmic sea. Sometimes it recalls, as if in a dream, travels it once embarked on alongside two companions when the land was still tangible. Holding on to these memories, it thinks it might yet endure the torment until death comes upon eternity's far shore. Still, it recalls, time and again. But still, for reasons none can know, only it remains. If it could return to that moment, was there another choice? Yeah, there was. We could have not turned the machine on. Cool. Was that an alternate ending to Genshin Impact? Was that our first alternate ending? Cool. We deleted the universe. Or I guess the world, or Natland. I don't know how far stretched that was. Alright, activation arrays is all the same. The authority over the primal flame. Suspect that such rulership, yada yada, you shall reclaim light, provide evolution. Choose. Draw near and then feel. No, wait, Dan. Alright. Perhaps there'll be a difference between you and me. Perhaps everything will be destroyed. Perhaps him and that little emissary by his side. That little emissary only helps me lead credence to the theory that Paimon might be related to the celestial beings. Alright. Activate or deactivate? Cancel activation. Results confirmed. Sweeping Skyfire activation sequence has been cancelled. Hutzpicatli has ceased operation, so this is your decision, I presume. Why did you do it? I still believe in humanity, and I will not put Dan and Paimon at risk. And yet you may not hold the same pride of place of their heart. And yet you may not hold the same pride of place in their hearts. Are they not adventurers who roam the world? Perhaps it was only out of charity, or the desire to gain treasure, or some other reward that they brought you here. Perhaps in their hearts they even harbor grievance against the nuisance you make of yourself, roaring this way and that as you do. What they think of me matters little. They, however, are important to me, and that's what really counts. You have no idea what folly you have chosen, or what you shall now lose. There is still time, you know. I will not activate it. Even if the wisdom and power you enjoy now will fade without the primal flame's aid. It was the fire I allotted to you that granted you that intellect. Yet deprived of our primal source, we shall merely share the feeblest of flame between two meager matches. Soon everything here shall cease to exist, and you will lose both your strength and powers of speech. How will you tell your Dan and Paimon of this world that you almost gained? yet in the end lost. They don't have to know about something as silly as this. Fool! You do not even know where they are, nor is there any way back from this place. If there isn't a way back to them, then I'll make one. He didn't have a comeback line for that one. Oh, I see stairs. Step out on the path you have created. Way to go, Rollins. Come back. You know not what you pretermit. Oh, I had to break it. That's cool. That's so cool. You burn through the power vested in your body. Your folly is beyond belief. You are not as important to them as you think. You know what you pretermit? Your folly is beyond belief. Oh, we're back here! This is kind of like what happened to Rollins at the beginning. Now we're the one breaking him out of a time capsule. I mean, he's the one breaking us out of a time capsule. Well, we're about to be trapped. Huh? Nothing happened. Wait, no, did you save us? Rollins? Roar? If you've grown this big, does that mean that you've recovered? Could it be that... Be on your guard, the battle is not over yet. Ooh, is that Rollins talking to us now? Oh, right, and there's still that big guy. Human and Saurian is one. You have developed an unspoken synergy with your Petlosaurus companion during your journeys together. When your foe launches powerful attacks, you'll be able to spot their weaknesses and fight back alongside your companion. Let's take this big guy down together. There was an opening to attack there for sure. Nice. Oh, that's a lot of missiles. Oh, not this again. Time for an all-out attack. What is this, Persona? Alright. I don't like how much you're taking so much damage. Quick, inhale food real quick. Oh, come on.
not the end.
That sucks. This was going to be an annoying fight. Okay, there's an opening in the attack there for sure. Cool. So it basically forces me to miss that one. That's so bullshit. Alright, we're doing damage now. Okay, we're healing. That's so annoying. Do you have to teleport behind me to do that every time? All right. All right, keep hitting the dragon. Haha, we positioned it this time. We have detected a pattern. Block, please. Alright, please be the final cycle. We got him. Whew, guess it's finally over. O chosen of dragons, you have completed every trial set before you. Who's talking this time? The Flame Lord's blessing has been dispelled. Because that's not Ochkan. Guess it's finally over. The curse has been lifted. Guess it's finally over. Paimon was going to say for you to have grown up so big and yet still be safe, Rollins. Could it be that fighting was just what was needed to remove the bloodline curse? Still, that sage of Stolen Flame weirdo didn't show up. Not even once. Maybe he already did. Did you see him, little guy? Or warg? Oh, yes, you did, you liar. Wait, what's wrong? Were you hurt during the battle? Gru. Chosen of dragons, I choose you after much deliberation. And you have my thanks for all you have done. I have always believed in you. It's hard for me to say this, Dan. Right, Chosen of Dragons is supposed to refer to both of us. Never forget that I love you. Oh no, is he going away? Gru? Rollins, what's gotten into you? Oh no, he's gonna die? Oh, nope, he's a baby again. Hey, you're back to your normal size. Uh-oh. This whole place is shaking. Is the volcano about to blow? Let's get Rollins out first. Right, whoops. Can't forget his scarf. There goes his intelligence. So this is as far as the maintenance functions go. I thought your technical skills could have taken us a bit further. Still, I finally understand how you felt, Shukadl, my great brother. I know now what it means to come to the end of one's days, to yearn to see this one thing done, or to receive that single clear answer, and to be willing to do anything to accomplish these goals. I imagine you'd scold me. Why are things I say and do always so worlds apart? If I had truly wished for a dragon to activate that system, should I have not raised them within the sacred city, teaching them to hate this world? Why did I send them to be by a human's side? Perhaps deep down, I still wish to believe. But look, isn't it wonderful? I made the same choice I made back then, and Ochkan too, for that matter. My king, my elder brother, O Lord who gave me life on the day that you yourself were born. You once said that in my final moments I would understand your desire. But it seems that on this point alone, I cannot concede. Is he dead? Is he actually dead? If I go back to talk to Tito, is Tito gonna be there anymore? Or Manqu? That was an amazing story. Spread out across 3 patches. Well, that was weird. All that shaking. And all the volcano did was blow off a little smoke. We ran ourselves silly just for that? Rawr. Not that you had to run. We just grabbed you and booked it. Still, you gave us quite the fright, fainting all the way after you did that battle. You still feeling unwell? Right. Sure sounds like the worst is over. Anyway, so is that the Flame Lord's blessing gone now? But Rollins still has that mark on his head. Reach the little Tibetlosaurus. As you reach out your hand, he stands up straight on his hind legs, rubbing his horn gently against your palm. The mark, red as flame itself, has dimmed and cooled, no longer concealing that faint warmth. It seems whatever power it once had is gone now. Rawr! Paimon can't help but feel like you were a bit smarter while you were bigger just now. Man, Paimon is so smart. Now you. Well, you're back to looking a bit silly. True, but he's our silly little guy. I like him just the way he is. Well, yeah, but still. Anyway, who'd have thought that we'd remove the Flame Lord's blessing, huh? We might just be on our way to writing ourselves a new legend. All this adventuring has made Paimon hungry. Though, should we go get some blazed meat stew? Or maybe a little cake? You want to eat both? Pfft, yeah, you greedy little saurian. Today's a day to celebrate, so sure. Let's go right now. 07. Flowers for someone. Omen of Annihilation and the final Entreaty. Wow, what a quest line. Oh, we got an update on the Pilgrim's Chronicle. Ooh. Ode to Tumaini. Is the whole thing complete? Thank you for the respect and understanding and every support every step of the way. Rawr. He's big! If the legend is some sacred chalice turns out to be false, just setting out on that quest for it makes you a hero. Okay. Where the fuck are you, Tito? Is he still here? He is. Can't believe that happened. It's almost as if I've had a long, long dream. Strange. I am not someone who should have appeared in the present. Sorry. I know you might not understand. But I have had many pasts. So many memories of lives led. But none of them me. The life of the one named Titu was akin to a dream, in which he could not control his own body. A dream from which he was only just awakened. Only now does he hear the Lord of Night's call. Was this your doing? That sense of being controlled has faded. Yes, perhaps this shall be the final life of the one named Titu. Thank you, Outlander hero. Let's live this life out in peace, shall we? Being a storyteller sounds pretty sweet in that regard. So he actually just was the Titu from the past. He literally was just the Titu from the past. But he was possessed. Oh, that's so awful. That's so sad. Now I feel bad. Well, thus ends my long journey through Natlan. I look forward to seeing what 5.6 has to offer. And who knows? I actually don't know. Anyway, thank you everybody. Oh, that's right, I was told to talk to this. One last thing. Ah, it's Dan. Please wait. Here you are. Oh, hey, do you need help with something? Not quite. I was just passing by with a package for the two of you, and I was wondering how I'd track you down. Speak of the devil? Or make that devil's, huh? Package? Who's it from? Well, it had quite a journey. If it first turned up in the Adventurers Guild, then after changing hands many times, it finally got picked up by the Signs of the Canopy's couriers. Considering Natlan's recent state of affairs, normal caravans haven't been up and running for a while. The sender didn't leave their name on the package, but judging by the signature, it seems to be from Fontaine. Seems like you got friends all the way in Fontaine, huh? Received with thanks. Well, today's work is sure off to be a great start. No sooner do I get a package than I run into its recipient. Praised be the Pyro Archon. Alright, I'm gonna get more deliveries done. Have a good day. Yeah, good luck with your work. From Fontaine, huh? He called it a package, but it's so small. It looks more like a letter to Paimon. Let's open it and see. Ah, the photo that we took when we started our journey in Natlan. What a great way to end this story. Dear Dan and Paimon, it's been a while since you left Fontaine for Natlan. How have your travels been going? Word on the street says that they've held a very special pilgrimage this time. I'd love to have applied for a foreign press pass to come over and give you both this photo too, but the Speaker's Chamber rejected the Steambird's applications. Guess the pilgrimage was just that special, huh? Anyway, we wound up getting Catherine of the Adventurers Guild to pass this on to you. With any luck, you'll receive it in time. And it wouldn't hurt you to drop by Fontaine from time to time either. I'm sure everyone would be glad to have you. Your faithful friend, Charlotte. Well, technically, she did get through, because during the event recently, there's actually a spot in the event. Oh, it's from Charlotte. It's the photo we took when we left Fontaine. Hasn't been that long since we took the photo, but it sure feels like forever. Let's keep this photo someplace safe. And it looks like we get a teapot version of it. This has indeed been a very eventful couple of streams.
Thank you for complete.
Well, look forward to whatever we do next in Genshin. But outside of Genshin, there's going to be a lot of content in the pipeline. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I probably will have already played through a large chunk of the 3.2 story of Honkai Star Rail, but I have no clue how long that's going to be, or how many videos I'm going to have to break that up into. But going off of what 3.1 was, I'm expecting it to be at least 6 to 8 hours. Although if 2.2 was anything to go off of, it could be a 10 or 11 hour ordeal, so I guess there's that. Thank you all for stopping by. Links are where links are. And if you want to stay up to date on what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, the best way to do that would be to join the Discord. I even do some reaction content and take requests there. Got a nice one that I believe would have gone up the day of this stream. So, I'll see you when I see you. Stay safe, everyone. Until next time.